Oh boy, former Vice President and current climate activist Al Gore is catching a lot of attention for this rant about climate change.
The accumulated amount is now trapping as much extra heat as would be released by 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every single day on the Earth. That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs, and sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice and raising the sea level and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century.
Jimmy Failla is the host of Fox Across America on Fox News Radio, and Fox Nation joins us now. Jimmy, to quote one of my favorite Christmas movies, he's an angry elf, isn't he?
Al Gore, I really like. Al Gore is a clown in normal-sized shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just out there. He's an apocalyptic preacher. The difference between the climate folks and the apocalyptic preacher is they've been telling us the world's going to end in Climate Town for like 40 years, and they never go away. The apocalyptic preacher, when the meteor doesn't hit the Earth, he at least has the decency to take your money to the Bahamas for like a year and a half and just lay low and drink some Mai Tais. But this is the hook and the grift of climate change, okay? It's their biggest fundraising mechanism in the Democratic Party, but nobody donates if you go, the weather's changing. So you got to be like, rain bombs, cyclones, we're all going to die. And it's a made-up term. When you sit there and you hear, you're like, oh, rain bombs. Okay, honey, we better cut another check. Nobody has no idea. It's like, this is the same thing, okay? Understand this. Climate change is not really an issue most people care about, and if it was, they wouldn't have had to pass the biggest climate change bill in history under a different name. They called it the Inflation Reduction Act because people cared about inflation, didn't care about climate change. So the thing is, when you're trying to get people interested in something they don't care about, it's like when a woman's walking out the door. The guy doesn't promise you basic promises. It's like, oh, baby, I was going to take you for a cruise around the world. He doesn't say, like, oh, I was going to take you to McDonald's and you were going to get a Happy Meal. You got to say big things to win baby's interest back. And that's the gloom and doom of climate change.
Ladies, pay attention to Jimmy. He knows
oh, girl.
Also, he's saying it to a room full of people who got to Davos via private jet.
Oh, of course they did. Like, that's the whole scam, okay? And the reason we keep pointing this out, okay, because every time Fox covers climate change and private jets, there's a reason we come back to this. They're telling you it's a climate emergency. It's an emergency, and they're making the emergency worse. And put it to you this way, viewers. If you're in a mall, right, some guy walks into Hot Topic and starts swinging a sword. It's an emergency.
Yes.
But when you call the cops, you don't give the guy an axe while you're waiting for them to get there. You don't then hand him like a slingshot while you're waiting to get there. And that's what they're doing. They're making the emergency worse. So how bad could the emergency be? Not at all. If you're making up terms, you're not winning.
Charlie Hurd had a funny line on this. He blamed George Bush for basically driving both Al Gore and John Kerry into crazy
That's what it is. These are guys that ran for president. They wanted power. They couldn't get it, so they're seizing it another way.
Want to get your thoughts on this. The Los Angeles Zoo. The zoo is hosting family-friendly drag shows. Watch this. Jimmy, so many ways we could go with this. I'm going to go with this. Why a zoo? What do fluffy boas have to do with boa constrictors? And what does strutting like a hypersexual peacock have to do with actual peacocks?
Nothing. And to be clear, I'm old-fashioned. If I wanted my kid to see a naked person in L.A., I would just walk down Hollywood Boulevard at 2 in the morning, save the money. Yeah. But that's what it is. They got to stop sexualizing these children. Nobody wants to go to a heavy petting zoo, okay? But this is the bottom line. This is recruitment. It is not like tolerance or inclusion. It's glorifying this thing to little impressionable kids. Think about it no differently than a movie. When you're a little kid, you watch a movie. By the end of the movie, you want to be the lead. You don't know, I want to be Superman, you know? I didn't have that ambition. Like when I watched Rocky, at the end of the movie, I wanted to be Paulie, his drunk brother-in-law, just hang out on the couch and spend his money. But that's what this is. It's always about recruiting. So you go see a drag show and, it's fun. People are throwing them money. And it makes the kid want to be the star. And that's all this ever is. And again, I'm not against drag shows. A lot of women I know went to them for their bachelorette parties. But I'd like to think there's a difference between a bachelorette party and like a 5th birthday party.
It's just weird that it was at a zoo.
And there's no basis for it to be at a zoo. But they're all latching on because it's become this cultural thing where people are now going as a branding exercise. Like, I bring my kid to drag. And people think it's cool to say that.
And there's a director of equity programs at the Los Angeles Zoo. It is L.A. Director of Equity at the zoo.
But the point of this, they were advertising this to kids under 2.
Yes.
As someone who is pretty prominent in that space right now.
You're pretty happening. But this is what listen, there's 2 things in play here. One is this, like I said, sexualization and recruitment of children. The other is the zoo is in a tough spot in L.A. because Gavin Newsom has turned that whole state into a safari. You can drive through and feed people and pet them.
The monkeys are like, wait a second, I thought I was the...
I'm paying to get in? I just had 5 of these at a red light. What do you mean? So you got to bring in drag and other accoutrements, rain bombs, stuff like that. They're going to go big.
In the 20 seconds we have remaining, go Giants.
Hey, that's a big one.
It's a big one.
I listen, as you know, I'm not, like, he loves the Giants.
Yes.
I love whoever covers the spread. The first jersey my dad bought me was a +10 Giants jersey, but I'll be there rooting hard.
Jimmy Failla, as always, awesome. Great stuff.
You got it.
Jimmy, thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.